and time for another board game battle royale. I'm the host, Roy Canay, and with me today is Mark Streed.
Hey, how's it going?
And Bryan Drake.
What is up, everybody? Glad to throw down with some battle royale action.
I'm sure everybody's confused. They're like, isn't this called board game battle royale? Yeah. Why are there all these movies?
Right? Well,
some people finally got excited thinking they were IPs.
That's true. That would be really cool, actually, right? What's neat, though, right, is the fact that we're going to be doing these off-topic polls, and we're going to do we'll do 2 board game things, and then we'll do an off-topic just to keep things fresh and different.
And it was actually Tom's idea. He's like, you should throw something crazy out there and do something different. And we took some different suggestions from the audience. And it was actually Kabuki Kid who was like, hey, you should do 80s movies. And I was like, 80s movies? Huh. And I'm like, I looked up, what's the best 80s movies on Google? And I'm like, there's a lot of really good 80s movies.
It's the best movies of all time.
Right. There's some amazing. And obviously we have to talk about this, is that I am the only one here of the 3 of us who saw these movies in the theater on release day. Yes, it's true.
Okay, I'm old. Well, for half of them, I wasn't born yet, so therefore it makes it impossible for me to have seen them in the theater when they came out. I was born in 1986, so...
that's when I graduated from high school.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was born in 87, so I watched every one of these on VHS except one, and I'm really disappointed that I haven't watched one.
Mark's like, I watched these all on Laserdisc.
I was wondering.
I had VHS and Laserdisc both.
Wait, you were throwing shade at VHS. I was like, what was your other option? I was like, real movie fan. Gotcha.
I did that as much as possible. They were giant too, huge platters, and you'd have to swap them out because not the whole movie would fit.
That's crazy.
So just describe the way this thing works. I'll show everybody the bracket here real quick. So basically, the way this works is over on the Dice Tower Facebook group, I polled everybody and asked them what 80s movies we should put on the list here. And there was a massive response. And the top 16 of those, I put into a randomizer and randomized the pairings for all of these. So if your movie didn't make the list that you really like, you should join the Dice Tower Facebook group and vote. I know, Bryan was doing a huge poll, trying to get people to vote for Karate Kid. It was interesting. There were actually several people in there like, we need more votes for this movie.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
It was really cool. I was very surprised that Karate Kid was not, because, living through that time, that was such a huge movie.
Mm-hmm. Cobra Kai is a great show now.
There's a lot of amazing movies that came out in the 80s. And the crazy thing is, we did the poll, and I think the max amount you're allowed to have on a poll is 100. I think we had 90-something different movies listed. Yeah. And there were tons of votes.
Yeah, for sure.
So these pairings are all random. So some of them are pretty brutal. But it'll be interesting to see which one can make it to the top out of all the pairings that we have here.
Yep, I'm excited.
So,
Betamax. Oh, somebody mentioned Betamax.
I was wondering about Betamax. Yeah,
I had Betamax as well. I had all the things. Betamax actually was way better quality than VHS. I'm telling you, man. And the initial video store that we had at the time, you could choose which way to rent it, and because you couldn't rent Laserdisc. That wasn't normally a thing.
Too expensive, right?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Betamax. Yeah, absolutely. I had that as well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Movie
cool. Well, I guess we'll get into our pairings here.
Yes.
So the first pairing.
The first one?
Yeah, the first pairing is the Breakfast Club versus Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh my gosh.
This is my favorite movie of all time, is Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's tied between Last Crusade and this. So I mean, what can I say? It's perfect.
Indiana Jones is such I love Indiana Jones, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think Last Crusade might be my favorite out of all of them.
Just because Sean Connery is
I really love this movie as well. And of course, The Breakfast Club is just one of those cult classics,
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody quotes it.
Poll. We're going to throw up the first poll, guys. So here we go. Boom. It's in chat. So go vote.
Go vote. I'm curious how this is going to do, because that is the most popular coming of age teen movie of all time, quite possibly, versus the best movie of all time. So it's interesting,
right? Well, for me, the hands down Raiders. It's just Indy is super iconic here.
How do we not have an Indiana Jones board game? Like, there's 17,000 Star Wars ones, but I like Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I decided this time I'm going to just refresh the poll and let people actually see it. So you can see the poll in real time now. So it is Raiders of the Lost Ark versus Breakfast Club. And Raiders is pulling far ahead. But once again, with these early ones, we don't have as many people watching the stream yet.
Right.
So your vote really matters here.
It does really matter. Absolutely.
I was still on the Raiders of the Lost Ark one, so I was like, where are the votes? That makes sense. Yeah. Come on.
And on a side note for the polls, I looked, I tried 4 more different ones this week. Nothing has been as easy to update or just use for us to do the show with. And that's the key, is that we have to be able to update these fast. So there's got to be something better out there, but I'll keep looking.
Oh, and if anybody has any questions about how to vote, just look in chat for Mark's comment. There is a link there, and you can vote for each of these as they come up. Mark will let us know, and he'll throw it in there, and he will have it so we can vote.
Indeed.
And if you're not part of the Facebook group, go join that immediately. You're talking about, like, if you always ask questions about board games and you never really get the answer you want, you'll get 17 answers almost immediately. It's pretty great. Oh, this is far and away clear.
Yep.
Early voting, but this is it.
Huh. Apparently, I have an echo when I bring up the specific screen, so I'm going back to the bracket for a little bit.
Weird.
But yeah, Roy has a Darth Vader's voice. It's strange because none of the actual bracket things here are any different.
That is weird.
That's super weird.
Fixed. It should be fixed now. But let me refresh some more.
I want to know what you specifically did. That's like magic.
Well, for some reason, it was trying to come through my headphones and the microphone at the same time.
Oh,
which makes no sense.
Weird.
But yeah, yes, Echo. So it should be good now. Make sure to vote. I think we're gonna end up calling this one because it looks like it's not that close at all.
This is a pretty clear winner, right? I mean, Raiders. Breakfast Club. Sure, it's an iconic film of the time, but how you can't. That's just pairing just doesn't work.
Raiders is timeless.
Yes, this is one of those ones where the randomness of just putting them in a randomizer and throwing it up there definitely hurt Breakfast Club.
Yep, definitely hurt Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I don't. But you know what though? I'm not sure what pairing it could have done good up against. There's so many good ones.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But it had a ton of votes, so it definitely made it onto the list. So we're gonna call it here Raiders of the Lost Ark with 68% and 28 votes, with Breakfast is winning, and then Breakfast Club with 31% and 13 votes. We have a total of 41 votes. So everybody, make sure you're getting in there and getting your votes. Awesome.
Yeah, vote it up.
Vote it up. Let me go back.
There's some next level challenges I can't wait to see happen.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
So we're gonna move up Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let's do it. This next pairing too. Oh my gosh!
This one's rough.
I feel like I know which way this is gonna go, which makes me sad, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I fully expect it to be this way. So this is Aliens versus Never Ending Story. Oh my goodness.
Dude, but
I think you have something to tell us, don't you, Brian, about Aliens?
Yes, this is the one that I've never seen, and I'm really sad. I know I can feel the hate coming at me right now, but I don't know how I've lived 33 years and never seen that one at all.
Do you just not watch horror movies much, or?
I do. It's just somehow I started watching horror movies later in life, and I went with more like the supernatural horror movies and Stephen King movies and skipped over this somehow. I have no clue how.
But Alien, sure, it's in that horror genre-esque, but it's really a sci-fi action movie, really, when it comes down to it.
It's also very ahead of its time too. You've got the super killer awesome female antagonist and everything like that. It's just protagonist.
Yes.
Well, and antagonist too, right? She's a queen.
And I remember Never Ending Story is like.
Yeah,
it's such a crazy, weird, like different movie, but it's definitely like an interesting take on fantasy, Yeah,
dude,
it's
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was one of those movies too that totally surprised. Right, I went and saw it, and it was like, I knew I'd I'd be into it when I saw the trailer, but it was just like, what is this, you know? And then the whole sucking you into the book was just so cool in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And also heart-wrenching when Atreus' horse. I mean, come on. Like, what's up with that?
Or that, like, the
horse died.
wolf thing or whatever. Oh, man,
Yeah.
it's creepy.
Turn around.
Exactly. That's I mean, it was in Stranger Things, right?
Yeah,
They exactly did that whole thing in Stranger Things for it. It was so awesome.
Did you throw the poll in yet, Mark?
Here it comes. The poll is up.
Where's the poll?
It's up.
Oh, sorry. We've just been blowing these movies
We're just talking. The poll is up. Vote.
Oh, wow. That's a funny first result.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I love both these movies, but Aliens is going to win it for me, hands
Is
down.
this the one where the big rock monster's eating rocks? He's like, limestone.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Trippy movie.
Yep. Oh yeah, it totally is that. Absolutely. And Falcor, right? The flying dragon. Absolutely.
How is this tied? This is
Awesome. Actually, didn't think it would be close, but this is really close.
Oh yeah, it is neck and neck. All right, everybody, neck and neck. Get in and get your votes. Make sure to find Mark's thing and vote.
Yep.
I thought Aliens was going to sweep this.
I did
Yeah.
too.
The thing is with Aliens, man, I remember being at a convention in '85 and they were teasing it then. This time it's war. You know, we got like a quick teaser because there wasn't internet to go watch a teaser trailer, right? So we go to conventions to see those things. It was
26
awesome.
votes to 26 votes. I'm going to press refresh
crazy.
again. Aliens pulling ahead. Got one vote ahead.
It's funny you say that about trailers because 1989 Batman, which also didn't make this list, it was like when that trailer dropped with no sound or no music, it blew people's minds, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
This is way closer than I thought it would be. It's awesome.
Yeah. This is shocking.
I'm about to say, I can't call it with just one vote.
No,
Like, come on.
No.
one vote.
Yeah, we got to give it a little time to ride.
That's a hanging Chad right there. I mean, come
Yes.
on, we don't even know.
I'm about to say, Mark and Bryan could just swing this either
We
way.
could.
I feel like there it is.
Totally
It's-
swing it.
oh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's this close. This is crazy. I was not prepared for that.
Oh man, that's awesome.
There was one more vote for each of them.
Yeah, like, oh man, that's helpful.
Oh man, that's awesome. All right. Okay. There's a little bit of
lead
a
right there. Oh, shrinking to 2 votes.
All the adults must be showing up later. Oh, Neverending Story is awesome.
I feel
Yeah, I
like
love Bernie Story so much.
I feel like there's a lot of people kind of Mark's age and right around that who are calling like ex-girlfriends and stuff like, hey, remember that movie we went and saw? Go to this website and vote for it right now.
I love it, no doubt.
Cool.
This
Well,
is
I think it's gonna end the
think
way
that's
that I
it.
thought it was. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just barely though.
That's tight.
But, yeah, it's up by what, 3 now?
Yep.
Face hugger for the win,
no,
man.
It's Neverending Story got another vote.
Oh man.
Say you. What was the princess's name that he had to like yell out or something like that? What was that?
Oh yeah, it was.
I had to
what
come
was
up with it.
Is this on a streaming service? Because I need to go watch this again like today.
we own it off of iTunes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's streaming somewhere, but. Oh man.
I guess you could give it like a 10-second, 20-second
Yeah.
time.
Give it a countdown, Roy.
All right, 10, 9, 8,
Oh.
and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and oh my goodness, they're almost the same number. It's almost back to 50-50.
Unreal.
It's gotten closer, not further
Yep.
apart.
You did get closer.
One vote.
Oh man. This is definitely. Holy cow.
Well, one of them was ahead most of the time, and it's currently still ahead.
Yeah.
So,
He's-
there is
he's
a link. There is a link
Yeah.
in the chat if people are asking where to vote. Just look for Mark Streed,
Yep.
and he will sit. There is his little dice guy. Open a box, and you can find where to vote for these things. But
Dude, the thing is, like, I'm emotionally attached to movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am
yeah.
very invested. So this
Yeah.
is going to be hard in a minute.
Yeah, it is.
cool. Well, I think that's it, man. That is so close. People are gonna be upset,
Yeah.
but we're gonna have to call it. for aliens here.
We are.
That's crazy.
Oh man. But yeah, those are two definitely great movies. Man, that just shows that like the pairings, you never know what's gonna be the winner in one of these things, because the pairings make a huge difference. So
for sure. Because
I mean, if there were two different votes on there, a different movie would have gone forward. But I mean, they're both gonna lose to Raiders of the Lost Ark anyway.
And none of these are sleepers either. They're all like top-notch movies.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
If we're talking about the movies that didn't make it, and we're saying things like Roger Rabbit and what was it, Karate Kid, this is like best of the best of the best.
Right.
Well, next one's going to be interesting. Labyrinth versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh my goodness.
Mike DeLisio says it should be obvious, but I'm not sure which way he means.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. I mean, they're both so good.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I would personally vote for.
This is the original fourth wall breaker, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I mean,
Ferris, man.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller is so good. I mean, Labyrinth is awesome too, but there's a lot of those cool fantasy movies on here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true, because Labyrinth, and there's one more. Yeah, the polls up. Yeah, go vote.
Okay,
so
let me go find the poll
Ferris,
too.
man, I wanted to be Ferris. That's so bad.
I say the word Finsky because he says slip him a Finsky and talking about slipping a $5 bill. Like, I say these things because of Ferris.
And it was movies like Ferris, right? For me at the time, totally dictated like fashion for school and stuff. Like, oh, I gotta dress like Ferris. So you had the what do you call it? The vest and things that he wore, things like that. So.
And that's Cameron's voice for the fake dad.
Yeah. Yes, so good.
Yep, it's turned out the way I thought it was going to. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah.
But listen, y'all gonna do David Bowie like that?
Sausage
King, David Bowie like that.
Bowie could have been on here for. No, he wasn't in Dune. That was Sting. They're all the same. Those '80s rockers, you know.
Yeah, they're all the same. All right. So it looks like Ferris is going to take this one, huh?
Oh, for sure.
That's good. That's what I would prefer.
Same here.
I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off better.
Yep, 100% for me.
But that's not saying anything bad against Labyrinth, because I also still really like that movie too.
Sure. There are, in my opinion, there are better fantasy movies of the time, like what was the other one where there was another creepy like fantasy movie at the 80s where like this little dragon's like biting off the ankle of somebody. It's terrifying. Oh, gosh, what is that called?
What
something
is
princess?
That?
Something dragon? Something lady? Oh man, somebody let us know in the chats. What movie am I talking about?
Oh my gosh, I remember the ankle thing so well.
It came on. It was on like the TV version of this movie, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow, I can't think of the name of it.
Awesome. Well, we'll make up some time here from the last one that we just did by going ahead and calling this. So that means Ferris Bueller's pulling forward.
Yeah.
Now I want to see what Mark's going to say on this next one, because I know he always talks about one of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Oh
gosh.
So this is Die Hard versus Princess Bride. Extremely different movies.
So different, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, my daughter and I were just watching Princess Bride since it's on Disney Plus like yesterday, and it's her new favorite movie, so I'm pumped about that. She likes Die Hard too. No, I'm kidding. She's 6, so she hasn't seen Die Hard. Daddy, why are his feet so covered in glass? I don't understand. No.
All right. Poll is up to vote.
There it is.
All right. So the thing here, right? I really love both these movies, but man, I got to spend time at Nakatomi Plaza. Off the Fox lot where I was filming.
Oh wow!
And it is awesome. And what's crazy is that at least when I was there, they hadn't changed it. They used that building as is. The lobby was the same. It was like, oh my gosh. I'm at Nakatomi Plaza.
Did you meet Alan Rickman as well?
Did not.
That's unfortunate.
But there are so many quotes from Princess Bride, though, that like
yes,
there's so many things that people just say all the time, you know.
Yeah,
I've never heard the word marriage and not thought marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean it.
Or
Anybody
inconceivable. If somebody says inconceivable, you're just like, Princess Bride.
Well, I would say that both of these movies have a fair amount of quotes.
Yippee, yippee ki! No, I better not.
Family friendly, Bryan. Family friendly.
Look at that. Next level Bryan.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I felt like this was going to go this way just from the rabid fans of Princess Bride that was in the poll that we originally put up.
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely.
Well, I happen to know that the college that Tom went to, which happens to be right up the road, this is like the sacred movie of their college is Princess Bride. Like it's the favorite movie. So a lot of people love this movie. I love this movie. I grew up watching it, but think about the cast too. You got Andre the Giant and other people. And Robin Wright? She was Robin Wright Penn then. Is she still Robin Wright Penn? So or maybe she was just Robin Wright. I don't know, but either way, crazy.
It wasn't long after this movie that I actually got to meet Andre, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I was, at
Mark Street
school.
name dropping all the time.
I know, sorry. I wrote a letter to the WWF saying I'd love to do photography because I was at school, Colorado Institute of Art, and they invited me out to come, and they had me come out like 2 hours before the show, and they had me come down to the ring, and Andre comes out, and I'm standing in the middle of the ring with Andre. It was amazing. It was so cool.
I feel like even I would come up to, I'm a very tall person, but I feel like I would come up to his chest. So like waist level or high, I'm not that much.
It was bigger than my head. It was just like, what?
I would say, and Bryan's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a surreal thing indeed. And he was so nice. He was just such a nice guy.
Nice. Well, I think the vote's solid enough to show that Princess Bride has it with 60%, Die Hard with 39%.
You know why? Because Princess Bride is not left-handed. That's why.
That's why.
There you go.
I know something you don't know.
All right, so Ferris and Princess Bride are going up against each other next.
Ooh.
Well, next.
I'm not
next
excited
round.
about that anymore. Now this one. This
is gonna be strange.
Yep.
It is.
So this is Empire Strikes Back. Like what a lot of people say is the best Star Wars movie of all time. Up against Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Right. I could see if it was The Last Jedi up against Beetlejuice. I'm sorry. Start a storm of...
I think it's interesting because as soon as I made the poll on the Dice Tower group, my wife went on and primed put a couple of the things in there, and Princess Bride and Beetlejuice were two of the ones she put on there, and it actually made it onto the list. I'm like, what?
I will say this: my other daughter, she's 2, loves to dance to "Jump in the Line" because of this song, because of this movie. So there's that.
I mean, really though, Star Wars should win this one hands down.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Unless all of the Star Wars fans are asleep.
Well, there's that.
It's 52-4 right now.
Or just all the Star Trek fans vote for Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Like we're gonna get our due justice.
Okay.
Beetlejuice, though, it is interesting though because the movie did so many unique things with the claymation mixed with with the real and stuff like that. It was interesting.
Yep. They did. It was first time, right? It was amazing. I remember just going, wow, this looks incredible.
Uh-huh.
Have you looked at the results yet?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Oh my goodness. This might be the biggest difference.
Landslide?
The biggest landslide we've had in any of these videos so far.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even be remotely full if I ate a pizza slice the size of Beetlejuice right now based on that pie chart.
Oh my goodness.
It's so good.
So is Empire Strikes Back your favorite Star Wars movie, Mark?
People ask me that all the time, and the thing is I really love it, but it doesn't really stand on its own because it's like you have to have the connecting pieces for everything to work.
Oh, so gotcha.
For me, I still feel like New Hope was like, it's the first time you see a lightsaber. It's the first time, and all those firsts make it a little bit better for me. But I love Empire. Don't get me wrong. I love Empire a lot. So
gotcha.
Yeah, it's like Empire, Phantom Menace are right there. No, I'm just kidding. I say that as a joke because I know the internet, but also that's the first movie, the first Star Wars movie we really saw as new. We saw it. It's the first movie we ever saw at midnight too. Is Phantom Menace. So as a sixth grader, it was incredible. Looking back now, I'm like, he just said this is pod racing, didn't he? That little rascal.
Dude. My buddy Dan is in Phantom Menace.
Really?
He's in the parade scene at the end. He's grabbing the reins when Jar Jar gets off the...
Cool. Well, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back has it with 89% to Beetlejuice's 10%.
Yeah.
74 to 9. Yeah, that's insane.
Now this next one will be interesting.
Yeah. Let me pull it back up.
These are both very like funny comedy style movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of cast as well, I mean, you're talking about a Mel Brooks movie where everything he touched pretty much was gold. And Tim Curry, man, just killing it in Clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Spaceballs versus Clue.
Yep. All right, here we go. Vote, people.
One of these is actually, like, it's so crazy that there is a movie based on a board game, but it's actually, like, really good.
Yeah,
it's really good. And right, you guys know there's multiple endings to Clue. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that the first couple times.
Oh, okay. So I saw it in 2 different theaters just so we could see the different endings. They were showing, and I think they actually, different times of the day would show different endings as well, if I remember right. So,
can you imagine how confusing that would be for conversations, though, if people didn't know the gimmick?
Right.
Like, can you believe that at the end when he's like, "I'm going home to be with my wife"? And you're like, "What? That didn't happen in mine." What are you talking about? The other thing about the Clue is I cannot find this anywhere, and BGG is failing me a little bit unless I'm just doing it wrong. We had a Clue board game that was like VHS led, so it had like this creepy scene where this dude gets poisoned and he's kind of half dead, talking at the door. And so I always thought that was Clue the movie for a long time. I was like, oh no, that was the board game version. Different thing.
Completely different thing. Oh, let me actually go find your poll, Mark.
Oh, Top Gun's on here. Wow, somebody mentioned that too. You're right.
Right, Top Gun. I'm surprised that wasn't in the list, actually.
Combing the desert. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Combing the desert. Absolutely. Yeah, and Spaceballs has tons of references to so many other movies and things. Yeah. It's one of those classic, again, Mel Brooks things, right?
I love John Candy too, man. Like,
the way this is turning out, if Spaceballs beats Empire Strikes Back,
amazing.
I
don't feel like we'd ever be forgiven for that, even though we're not in control. We would still share the blame somehow.
It would be our fault, actually.
Nice. Well, it looks like Spaceballs is far ahead. I wonder if everybody's seen Clue the movie, because it's such a good one.
It is. I love that movie.
You call this what did you say? You call this a radar jammer? Nope, right. It's Mr. Coffee. Such a great man. That's what's great about 80s movies. They're so quotable, man.
Yes, right? Yeah, I think Spaceballs definitely has this, right?
Yep, we could call it, I guess. Yeah. Spaceballs at 64% is the winner, with Clue at 35%.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun. So let's move up the Spaceballs. Cool.
I'm watching a meta commentary between my wife and friends talking about what we're talking about, and they're predicting things about when I'm going to cry. And I'm like, yeah, probably so. Yeah. Especially if it gets down to that.
Well, this next one is two just, like,
let's see,
classic movies. Ghostbusters versus Terminator. Man. I feel like this, I don't know. I don't know which way this would go. I would definitely vote for Ghostbusters over Terminator, but what about you guys?
Man,
that's really tough. Because Terminator 2 is one of the best movies. I know we're doing just Terminator, but Terminator 2 is one of the best movies of all time. Ghostbusters 2 isn't as good to me as Ghostbusters 1. I know that's debated.
We're just talking about the first movies here, Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I'm sorry. It's not in a vacuum at this point. But yeah, well, if we're going just the first ones, I got to go Ghostbusters on this one, I think, honestly. Just because Bill Murray, he just owned that character, man. Just so good.
He did. And it really, these two movies comes down to Bill Murray versus Arnold, really, is what it comes down to.
I'd pay to see that in real life.
Right? And it's so hard. I love both these movies, though, so much. the thing is with Terminator, though, is that there was all kinds of stuff that you hadn't seen before in movies, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just next level. So, but, Ghostbusters, both these movies I saw multiple times in the theater. But, yeah, I mean, I would probably, in general, edge out just Ghostbusters because it's more fun in general, right?
Right.
Okay. Dark horse candidate rides in right now over these two. It's not in the real votes, but Rocky 4 goes up against these two. What do we do? What do we do now? I personally say Rocky 4 takes it on this one just because can't believe it.
Oh, Rocky
Could have been a
4.
contender.
Yep.
He. I like
Oh man, look at that! Yeah, Ghostbusters is definitely in the lead.
Yeah.
Something about 80s comedies, though. I think they were just maybe a little better than, I'll say that, a little better in their action, but,
Yeah, I mean,
How many years was it between Star Wars and Empire, speaking of that? Because it was 77 to 82, 80.
What is it, 81, 82, something like that, right?
Crazy.
But, yeah, the thing about the action movies versus... There's so many, like if you look at Arnold's Commando, right?
Yeah.
That movie, that movie would be over in 10 minutes if they would have had a cell phone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that worked.
Yep.
Nice. Well, I think we could solidly call this Ghostbusters with 72% wins it, with Terminator's 27%.
Nice.
Nice.
They did not lost the streams. So
Yeah.
all right, this one right here.
This one makes me sweat.
This one's gonna make
Like I am. This one, like I'm like, why? These movies are both so good.
Because of one of these movies and American Psycho, I'm a huge Huey Lewis and the News fan. Okay, so I'm just saying it's not the Goonies as much as I love the Goonies.
So
right.
the Goonies versus Back to the Future. Both are like amazing movies. I've seen people like commenting on like a bunch of different things on social media already, being like, "Oh man, Goonies versus Back to the Future. If Goonies doesn't win, I'm rioting." And then somebody else is like, "If Back to the Future doesn't win, I'm rioting."
Let's do it like we do a board game review for a second. Think about some metrics here, okay? The score alone. Back to the Future, hands down, the music, the score wins it, right?
Absolutely.
Future actors, though. We got Josh Brolin in the dang Goonies, man.
Samwise Gamgee, come on.
Yeah, I mean, or Rudy, but no. It's crazy to think the future of these casts.
Yep.
But I mean, of course, Michael J. Fox and
right. I'm definitely partial.
Judge Doom.
I love Goonies, but man, Back to the Future, and I've got some connections to Back to the Future, so it definitely is the whole movie and franchise that I would go with for sure. It's definitely more. I would say it's more iconic than the Goonies, just because it spanned 3 movies, really, right? And
and a ride.
Goonies
Did I
is
miss
definitely
the poll mark, or is it still?
It's in there. Here it is again. Vote.
Where's it at?
Let me just tell you, we all wanted hoverboards 5 years ago
is.
because of one of these series.
I'm trying to click it, but every single time I try to click it, somebody comments again, and it scoots up a little bit. I guess the interaction is good. That we have a ton of people like excited about this. Oh, it's not even. Getting wrecked.
That Shuffle is getting
yeah,
wrecked.
so it's true that Goonies has definitely gained some ground recently. But man, when it came out, it was huge. I remember that was a big summer thing. Goonies. Did you see Goonies? It was big then.
Oh yeah.
So I lived through it, so I remember that. But
it was Richard Donner too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wild.
And but Future definitely, like Chad says, it is a timeless film for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. So
a lot of weird behind the scenes stuff too. Like you can go and see the Eric Stoltz version. Like, a lot of stuff was shot and interesting. And then they cut. What's the dude who was in Willard? Crud. What's his dad's name? They cut him out of the sequel, but they still used him upside down. It was a huge lawsuit because of that. What's his name? Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover. That's it.
Somebody just downvoted the video because the Goonies lost.
I'm out of here.
I love that the program that I'm using shows like a big old thumb when there's like a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm like, thanks. I need that much. I need to see that. Not really.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Disputing me. Okay, so yes, of course, Back to the Future was bigger. Absolutely, 100%. But I still remember the Goonies. That summer was huge for the Goonies. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, Back to the Future at 70% and the Goonies at 29%. So Back to the Future. Pulling ahead into the future.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Hey.
I feel like I have a weekend of movies to watch now.
Right?
Let's see.
Everybody, I think the rule is if you watch this, you have to watch the winner out of this, like this weekend. Right?
I agree.
Hey, we can do a watch party.
Yeah,
Right?
do a watch party for the winner.
Yeah.
There you
just
go.
Like, throw it down. Well, this one's obvious.
That completes all our first round, doesn't it?
That does complete all our first round. So
Oh, boy.
up next, we're going to have Raiders of the Lost Ark versus Alien.
Oof.
No. I know some of you would say, Brian, how can you talk about this? You haven't seen Aliens. But look, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm sorry. It's a perfect movie.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost is pretty good.
Except for the theory that
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter if Indy was there or not, right?
That breaks my heart when I heard that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's true.
It is.
Aliens. Why'd it have to be aliens?
Yeah.
All right. Here comes the poll, folks. Get ready to vote.
Let's see if I can find it this time.
Here we go. Click it, Roy, quick.
I'm waiting for it to actually show up for me.
Round two. Oh. Good. Okay. I was I'm personally invested this time. You know what I'm saying? If Agra beats Caverna, that's cool. But this time it's like, no.
You acted in all these, right, Brian?
That's right. I have seen Raiders of the Lost Ark literally. Now I don't say literally figuratively. I mean literally probably 70 times. Like it's maybe no. I'm gonna say more than that. 100 plus times. I've
seen it a ton of times, but I don't know that I can boast those numbers.
Yeah.
I should probably have done something more productive with my life, but
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 4 is the only one I've ever kept track of how many times I saw.
Didn't you tell us that you were allowed to just go in the theater for free? He was like, yeah, just come on, kid.
162 times.
Like, I'm wasting my time talking to you. You might as well just go in for free, kid.
It was so fun.
It was the 80s.
It was.
Or 70s, but at the point, but still.
Well, that summer, though, was back like 80, right?
Oh, it was a re-release sort of deal.
It was a re-release, yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice.
It is funny because even in the 70s show, they had a joke about that where they went and saw Star Wars every single day, like that it was out.
It's exactly what I did.
That's true. Yeah, if it's still Mike is right. The opening scene in Raiders is probably the best thing ever. Just that
it's amazing.
You see him in that whip, and then the ball. I gotta switch headphones real quick.
Do I have the correct cover for Alien or Aliens? I don't.
No, you got Alien 1, but that's okay.
That's all right. It's still the egg.
Okay, gotcha.
That's right. Yeah, I want the Rankin and Bass Lord of the Rings cartoons on here. What's up with that?
Yeah, dude, I would vote for those Lord of the Rings cartoons hardcore. That's my whole childhood right there.
Yeah, so this is clearly Raiders.
Okay, cool. We can go ahead and call it Raiders of the Lost Ark with 76% and Aliens at 24%. Everybody can see it there on the screen, obviously. Raiders of the Lost Ark pulled ahead. Made it happen.
Yeah. Look at that.
There we go. Sorry, I lost y'all for like that whole time. I have no clue if you were making fun of my singing.
Oh, you were.
Okay, good. Can only hope so.
Well, this next one is Ferris Bueller's Day Off versus Princess Bride.
Listen, listen. Fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, true love, miracles. I mean, come on.
Rats of enormous size.
That's it.
ROASs.
They obviously don't exist.
I don't think they exist.
Good night, sleep well. I'll most likely kill you in the morning. Yeah, I mean, come on. But I don't know, because both of we hyped up Ferris so much earlier now.
Right. Yeah, this is tough, right? Ferris, both of these movies are super iconic, so I don't know. I mean, this is a hard one to, even for me, which one to vote on.
But the 80s was so much better at pulling off these really funny movies, but then also having those really poignant moments, like when Cameron kicks his dad's car off the back of it. It's like super serious. And
super
Breakfast
serious.
Club did that.
Oh, yeah, that was tense for sure.
Yep. Oh, my gosh, yes, absolutely.
Man,
so where are we at? Let's refresh the results. Okay, yeah, that's kind of where I thought it would go, but man, I think I might lean slightly towards Ferris just because it's when I was in high school and it was right up,
I love Princess Bride. I like Ferris Bueller, but Princess Bride is just
classic. Like I said, it's hard. It would be really hard to pick one of these over the other for me.
You just need one of those vests.
Tell her to roll her old bones down. Roll their old bones down.
That was so good. And the secretary, she keeps pulling pins out of her hair, and just multiple. Love it.
That was John Hughes, right, or John Landis, one of those guys, right?
Hughes. I think it's John Hughes, right? Yeah. Yep. And, there's so many great moments in that one too, where he's like, "Well, you shouldn't throw anybody, Ed, with your bad back." That's right.
Nice.
The whole the end part of Ferris too, right? On the bus, you want a gummy? It's a bit soft and warm. It's been in my pocket.
What? And so was Charlie Sheen a big star, kind of when he did that cameo at the time? Like that's what I'm not. He's kind of the junkie talking to the sister.
Yeah, I think he probably was, if I remember right. Yeah.
All right. Well,
good.
Ferris.
I think this is clear.
Yeah.
Princess Bride with 63% to Ferris Bueller 36%.
I guess we failed to save Ferris.
It's fine. Princess Bride is.
Somebody says the Princess Bride didn't get popular till the 90s. That may be true.
That may be true, actually.
It sure got popular.
I don't remember that one being in the theater ever being like a packed theater like some of these others.
There's a chance it might have been a bomb in theaters.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
I'm gonna need box office numbers, people. Let us know some box office numbers of Princess Bride.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, here we go. The battle between real Star Wars and fake Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back versus Spaceballs.
Spaceballs the movie. Spaceballs the popcorn, whatever it is.
I feel like this should be a no-brainer. But
if Spaceballs is even close, I'll count that as a victory for people.
I feel like there's
crapping on Star
a
Wars.
lot of troll voting about to happen right now.
Oh boy, here we go. Here comes the poll. Get ready. Go vote.
It's live.
Okay,
rock and roll.
Click it, Roy. Click it.
I'm trying to. Whenever I click back over, all the comments go and just like go real fast. So
yeah,
it's
Empire.
Hey.
I'm gonna be super sad if it's not Empire.
I don't see how it even could be.
I will be incredibly happy for one sense that people's sense of humor is fantastic. It's all
True. Well, there's that. That's valid. Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. It's totally tearing this up.
Yep.
Now, my friend Andy sent me a text. He's made a prediction for the end, and I think he's probably going to be right. I hope he's wrong for his final pick, but I think he's going to be right for this because this is just storming.
Yeah, this is huge, as it should be.
That's it.
All right.
I mean, how many other movies allow you to cut? Well, they don't allow you to do anything. Cut a tauntaun open and get inside for warmth.
I heard that tauntaun was lukewarm.
That's it. Oh, it's dang it.
You know, from the
You've heard that
original
before,
version of
Brian.
this
Don't
movie-
even act.
Did you from the original version of this movie, from the theater to the re-releases that they did, that in the whole in the snow speeders and taking out the ads and all that I even remember in the theater the effects were not quite the best, so you could actually see through the canopy, the metal connectors in the around the glass. You could actually see through it slightly.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Like they matted the shots together.
Yeah. so it was a little bit transparent. So that was one of the things they cleaned up in the re-release is that it solidified that. It's so funny.
What's really interesting though is I think Dune came out in 1985, and they didn't use the same moving camera and moving ships technology that Star Wars did. And if you watch it, it looks like something straight out of the 60s, the way the ships move and stuff. Whereas Star Wars, having that moving camera changed everything.
It did. It was huge.
Yeah, Dune was on the list, but it didn't get nearly as many votes.
Right? Yeah.
It was. I remember Dune. The thing about Dune, right, is that they handed these big pamphlets, like books, before you went into the theater, just so you had some idea about who the characters were.
Right.
Nice.
Dune is a great story. It's not a great movie. That's why I'm excited about the one coming out this year with like Jason Momoa and everybody in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be exciting to see.
Yep. Absolutely.
Nice. Well, we can definitely call this Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. 74% to Spaceballs, 25%. 26
So
people
close.
were like, nah, Spaceballs.
Just breaks my heart is what it does.
Spaceballs. They know what's up.
Oh, all of these top rounds are really, really tough. This next one hurts too.
This is going to be brutal.
That means
This is less hard for me to pick than the last. When
Really?
Back to the Future was versus Goonies. Back to the Future
Yeah.
versus Ghostbusters. Psh, come on.
Yeah, but I'm worried about what's going to happen next round. What I'm thinking.
Come on.
All right. Here comes the vote. Let's do this.
But yeah, what do you guys think in between Ghostbusters and Back to the Future?
Back to the Future.
Yeah, I got to go Back to the Future.
Yeah.
on
I'd
this
go
too.
Back to the Future all day too. Like this is
Yep.
it's easier for me to go Back to the Future versus Ghostbusters than it is Back to the Future versus Goonies.
There's just so
yeah.
much to love about Back to the Future.
Yeah, exactly.
But they both do have great songs.
This
Can I
is
go back in time? I know that was released. Actually, no, that was probably released for the movie because the first lines that say, "Tell me, doctor, where are we going this time? Is
Yep.
this the 50s or is it 1999?" Whereas Power of Love, I'm pretty sure was written elsewhere. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm clicking on the wrong one. Let me do this. There we go.
Oh boy. Did you click it yet?
Yeah, I clicked it, but I was showing like an old poll on that screen for half a second.
Oh, nice.
These both had early 90s cartoons on Saturday mornings, too.
They did.
Which is wild.
Yeah, absolutely. And I watched them.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Ghostbusters cartoons. I didn't see a Back to the Futures cartoon.
It wasn't long lasting, but
Yeah.
there were McDonald's toys for it. I remember that.
And
That's
Slimer
awesome.
was actually one of the crew, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I remember Ghostbusters. I don't remember Back to the Future though.
Oh, Back
Unless
to
you're talking
Future-
about Rick and Morty. No, I'm just kidding. Nice. Well,
Yeah, I think we can
this
call
is going
that
the way
one.
that I hoped it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for sure. Right. It better be that. I think you can call that one.
Somebody said I'm gonna represent toy company executives everywhere. Ghostbusters. That's true. That's very true.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah, and of course the sequels were way better.
Yeah, I just read. I was thinking. That's true.
Absolutely, 100%.
I was waiting for one more vote so we could get even percentages. Okay.
Now we have 33.66666 repeating, man. Come on.
Okay. 67% says Back to the Future, and Ghostbusters is 33%. I have 100
Yeah.
votes. There's a few more votes for Ghostbusters there, but there you go. Nice.
Things are about to get real.
Awesome. Well, we're back to the next the
Time train.
semifinals here,
Yep. All right.
and that is
Okay.
going to be Raiders of the Lost Ark versus Princess Bride.
Oh no. Oh no.
This might be the part where you lose here, Brian.
Yep.
Yeah, because this has been. Oh man. People, look. I know I mentioned that diatribe earlier about fencing, fighting. Come on, man. It's Indiana
You're
Jones.
like, but 70 times.
He's fighting the Nazis. Everything. It's just
Right.
crazy.
They need
Well,
to
for
they
me-
need to make a mashup of these two movies together with Andre the Giant just stopping the boulder.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Indiana Jones. Always
All right,
need
here
one
comes
day.
here comes the poll. Are we ready for this? I'm pretty sure Raiders should win this one.
I don't know, man. Princess Bride
Raiders.
has a huge following.
Does.
Right.
Man,
It was good. It was very, very good.
Raiders.
There it goes. All right. I feel like some people jumped from Princess to Raiders.
Right? It's a landslide.
Oh man, but I mean,
Don't make me choose. I know, right? Don't make me choose.
Well of the Souls and everything is so great.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Did
people.
you ever play the old Atari 2600 Raiders game?
I didn't. I always played the earliest games I played were the Indiana Jones on the NES, the Last Crusade.
Yep. Man, it was on the 2600. It was pretty funny.
I remember playing a bunch of the NES games for Indiana Jones stuff.
Yep.
It was so weird because select was the button that definitively started a mission. I was like, what in the world is this crazy technology? The select button?
Yeah, Raiders. It's just so, it's like a Star Wars. I mean, it's just.
It was the first movie I ever heard the Wilhelm scream in. That punch sound, the whip sound, they're all so good. Like, there's never been a movie that has a punch that sounds like Indiana Jones. And so in my life, because I was a kid and never punched anyone, I thought that's how punches sounded. I'm really disappointed as I got older. What?
And of course, Raiders has the super iconic thing where, the bad guy steps out with the sword and starts twirling around. Oh, forget this. Boom.
The legend of the set is that Harrison Ford was incredibly sick with stomach issues, right?
Yeah.
So he's like,
and he just improvised it, right?
I love that so much.
That's so good.
Tommy in the chat's pulling up the Princess Bride opening weekend numbers versus Ferris Bueller.
Do we have it?
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to see what those are.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Someone said, ugh, I hate the Wilhelm scream, but I could only hear it as the Wilhelm scream. I hate the Wilhelm scream. So there was no ugh. It was just that.
Even Stormtroopers in episode 4 had the Wilhelm scream.
That's right. It's from an old Western, right? Or something?
Yeah, I think it's from an old Western. Yeah.
That was the first time I ever realized they also recycled stuff like that. Like the first trailer to Man of Steel. What's up?
Martin says, now I don't care. All the ones that are left are worthy winners for me.
That's true.
That's true. That's actually absolutely true.
So Raiders of the Lost Ark has 59% over Princess's Bride's 40%. So making Raiders of the Lost Ark the winner.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So this next one, oh my gosh.
Have fun storming the castle. That's it.
I mean, the clear winner here for me on this next one is Star Wars, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. But man, how do you compare these two?
Yeah.
They are pretty hard to compare.
It's pretty rough.
I will say, I used to love the Back to the Future ride at Universal. But man, like all of the Star Wars rides at Disney now, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, here comes the poll. Let's do this.
Yeah, I like Star Wars.
Yep. It's definitely
top men. Come on.
Back to the Future is awesome and all, but man, Star Wars still, I mean, it's just super prevalent today as well. So
true. Now, what I want to see is a mashup where we switch the music for these movies. That would be
something. Have you seen the clip of the throne room scene in episode 4 where they remove all the music? Oh, it's terrible.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's hilarious.
It is. It's so funny.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
You're like from all the guys standing and watching, you hear people coughing randomly.
They make those are fake, by the way, but it's still funny.
I know they are, but it's just awesome.
Oh, the Terminator 3D show at Universal was fantastic. Somebody said
loved that.
Right.
It was so good, right? Yeah, this is definitely Star Wars, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's no way. I can almost guarantee you.
Yep.
If you talk to 10 people, which I mean, you know what I'm saying, in person. If you walk up to 10 people in person, and you say, "Hey, have you seen Star Wars?" 9 out of 10, maybe if you're doing odds, 9.5 out of 10. But Back to the Future, I'd say 8 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah.
I know it's terrible, but I rarely hear people who do the whole "I've never seen a Star Wars." They always say it like a gloat. I'm like, it's made so much movie and it's crossed all barriers. Why do you think you're gloating when you say that? Get out of here.
Nice.
No, David, I haven't seen an Indiana Jones board game ever, and so I need it to happen. Somebody said ask Eric Lang. I was like, yes, or Corey Kaniska would make a great one.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
They had those like adventurers games that are similar, but I want something like that gives you like a puzzle and adventure feel. Like there's some games that
like
kind of do it, but I don't think
Advance.
anything has done it good enough.
No.
Right. The adventure games definitely have the flavor of indie for sure.
Right. Cool. Well, I think we can definitely call this. It is
I think so.
Empire Strikes Back with 71% to Back to the Future's 28. So Harrison Ford versus Harrison Ford here for the end.
Is it?
Oh.
Where's the? Is it? It may not be up yet.
No, I'm getting the final round.
Sweet.
Ready for it.
All right, for the finale, Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark versus Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
Boom.
What's it gonna be?
Here comes the poll.
It's like
Don't
Gemini,
let Bryan
man. Harrison
down.
Ford versus Harrison Ford. Man.
Well, I'm definitely Star Wars on this one for me.
I gotta go with my gut here, and I'm gonna vote. I don't normally vote, but I'm gonna vote.
Oh, if you're gonna vote, I'm
go in there and cancel my vote out.
Mark's
Mark.
gonna go in and cancel out Brian's vote.
Oh, whoa! This is tight. This is tight. I mean, these are both like these are movies that you would never. If someone says to you, "Hey, do you want to watch this movie?" You're never going to go, "No, not really." You're always going to say yes, like every time.
I would tune in either of these movies.
I am not.
I couldn't click the link. It was doing it again, where so many people were commenting. It just kept inching away. What?
I am shocked that this is happening like this. Actually,
Yeah,
I really thought Star Wars was going to murder it, but
I did too, but it's
All right,
still,
guys, it's neck and neck.
It is neck and neck.
Everybody, your vote counts here for sure.
It does.
Raiders
It
of the
really
Lost
does.
Ark versus Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
guys, come on, look, this is real talk.
Look at you.
I got some real. Like, you don't see any Star Wars stuff around the room, do you? I mean, it probably is actually.
There probably is, right? I love it. I've across my theater room. We've got Star Wars over here and Indy over here. So
Nice.
They're both such great movies, though. I mean, you can't say enough good things about either of them.
it's true.
But it is true, like you say, though. Those Nazis were gonna die on that island, no matter what.
People in the chat are trying to remind people this is not the original Star Wars. This is Empire Strikes Back.
Right. It's true. It's true. Oh man, it's still it's just close.
I mean, you got Marcus Brody, you got Sala, you got Belloc. I mean, come on. They call him Belosh. Belloc.
Also Gimli.
Yeah, Gimli.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. You get that.
Oh man. Now
Ferris.
there's one vote apart. One vote apart.
Marion, get out of here. He's got a distinctive voice. Oh no, it's a tie.
I'm just gonna leave it here. All right, well, thanks everybody for joining us for Board Game Battle Royale. We'll see you back next week to find out the win. No, just kidding.
The show with no controversy at all. Like,
Oh controversy.
oh no,
Yeah, look at that. Star Wars.
come on, people.
Taking the lead. Star Wars taking the lead.
Man. Oh, I just got lightsaber to the heart right there. That was
man. Took out.
man. Oh, I think you were supposed to close the poll a few minutes ago. I
don't think so. No. This final round to get extra time.
Man. Such good.
Timon says, Harrison Ford wins!
I love it. That's so true. Harrison Ford for the win.
There's a lot of people that when it was Raiders was like, no more votes.
Yeah, that's
Right?
it. Cut it off.
Oh, now they're like, call it, Roy. No.
Oh,
There's people
yeah.
upset.
I don't know. Star Wars is jumping ahead a bit.
Yeah, it's not.
rolling.
It's actually got a decent lead. That's why it's
It
good
does.
that we let it.
Guys,
wait
if you
there
have
for a
multiple
little bit.
devices, make sure to log.
No. Don't
Where's my
listen.
phone? Where's my phone?
Rigged?
Remember,
What do you mean
Raiders
rigged?
would have
I
been
didn't
the
even
same
vote.
without Indy.
Trust me, if it was rigged, it would be going the other direction.
I guess
Man.
people had to decide if they were voting on all of Star Wars or just on this movie in general. So
This is
Don't-
true.
look,
It's valid.
Purge the Crystal Skull and parts of Temple of Doom out of your mind, okay? Just go into it with this one.
Yeah, I think Star Wars. I think it's the clear winner now.
Oh yeah.
it's 12 votes up. So
Yep. I think we call it.
So yeah, with 132 votes, Star Wars
Wars.
Empire Strikes Back with 54%. Came back after being behind.
Yep.
It struck back, in fact.
Indeed.
Raiders of the Lost
Yeah,
Ark.
there.
People were just trying to like grab the statue and slide Raiders of the Lost Ark there onto the top.
It was really close until Vader said, "I am your father."
That's what happened. That's what happened.
That's what happened. And then suddenly everybody dropped everything. Couldn't believe it.
Well, hey, Mark, you saw this in theaters.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what did you think when you found out that Leia and Luke were brother and sister? And you're like, but what about that kiss? That was
Right. Yeah, that was a little awkward, right? But the thing is that I was such a Star Wars kid that I had every piece of comic book, every book, and there was already a comic book before the movie that gave some of that away.
Funny.
So,
funny.
but it wasn't as quite of a shock for me in the theater. But there were tons of people where you could hear
They're
it
like,
audible in the theater about. Couldn't believe it was just that moment, right?
Oh man, yeah. Which honestly, that is why I really like, and I'm a huge fan of the last one. I liked it. There are a lot of people who hated on it online, but I liked the last Rise of Skywalker just because that intro scene between
I feel
Leia
like
and Rey was really
I
cool.
would have liked it more if there were if it was more like consequences. Like I wanted like if so many people would have like stayed dead, it would have been better. I thought.
Yeah, well, it could be the Harry Potter Fedras like, oh, we're just gonna kill you and you and you. Why? We don't need a story reason to kill a Weasley. We're just gonna kill him.
So true. I definitely have enjoyed all the new Star Wars stuff, and even though I have issues with the last movie, I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong.
It's Star Wars.
It does feel a bit to me like I'm like, wait a minute. So you're saying the Emperor and his bloodline wins?
That's crazy.
Point there. It's interesting point there. You make there.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this Battle Royale. So next time we're going to do another board game related one. So make sure to leave down in the comments below some different topic ideas for board game stuff. There's all sorts of different ones we could do, and we'd love to make more pairings. Also, if you want to vote to figure out which games make it onto the bracket, make sure to check out the Dice Tower Facebook group. Go ahead and join us over there and just watch for me to post the list, and then we can add games and populate it, and the top 16 will make it onto the bracket randomly paired up against each other. So these are always fun because you never really know exactly how the crowd's going to vote, and it's always awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
And vote early on the Facebook page because if your vote doesn't get in, it doesn't get in. So do it.
Absolutely, and when we add all that stuff, I'd love to see those lists just populate with all the different possibilities. So,
all right, and especially because like if you do it quickly, then more people will see that and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for that too. You know.
yep.
Exactly. I have it set for where you can add anything you want, and you can vote for as many things as you want. But there's a little bit of like I have to go back and like delete like duplicate things. Like Clue was on there a couple times, and it still ended up making it on this list. But it's like some things I'm like, oh man, like people aren't reading to see if there's one they can already vote for. But
just throwing it up there.
But
yeah, these are awesome and always a blast. Make sure to leave us some ideas down below. But if you want to say thank you to Mark and Bryan for helping make this happen. And make sure to check out Bryan's reviews and Mark's previews. And I edit all Tom's stuff, so watch all that too.
Your fingers are everywhere in the Dice Tower.
It's everywhere.
Pretty much. But thanks everybody for joining us out here, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
Guys, see ya. Thanks.